What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the podcast. My name's Trey. This is Denzel, and we have a beautiful episode for you today because I know a lot of y'all are just going stir crazy over Shea, and he's the MVP. Tatum, best player in the league. But you've seen the title of the video. It might be a little controversial. Jokić is the real MVP. I'm gonna go ahead and say it. But Denzel, how are you feeling about this matchup?
Huh?
How are you feeling about it?
Oh,
Go ahead, take it away, man.
I mean, it's Joker. Like, I get it. He's good. Like, he does his thing. But at the end of the day, I don't think him winning another MVP does anything for the NBA at all. So with that being said, I think it's time for it to go back to an American-born player. And without question, Mr. Jordan Brand himself. We're talking about somebody who has shown nothing but excellence since he came into the league.
That's valid.
I'm talking about Mr. Boston, Jason Tatum. Why is he so low on that MVP poll? You know, Jaylen Brown does his thing. The rest of the supporting cast on the Celtics do their thing. But Jason Tatum is the engine.
That's valid.
Point blank.
That's valid.
Like, don't get me wrong. Joker is good. Shea's doing his thing. But I'm just ready. Call me a homer, man. Don't get me wrong. I love the international players. I love the international game. Everything they've done. They've expanded the NBA game a ton. But I'm just ready for another American-born MVP. Like, what does it take? Outside of being LeBron, like, what does it take?
That's exactly what it takes. When you play in...
Go ahead.
I think that's exactly what it takes. When you're arguably playing with one of the best basketball players we've seen play basketball in Jokić. Jokic's numbers are almost video game-esque. They do not make sense. Okay, let me pull them up. Let me pull them up. Look.
I'm looking at them right now. They
25 plus points a game. He's shooting over 55% from the field. 10 plus rebounds a game. He's arguably the best passer in the league.
Yeah.
So he's the most efficient. He's willing his team when Murray's had an okay season. Porter's coming alive a little bit, but if you're talking about the engine, if Jason Tatum is out, Jaylen Brown gonna take that torch, and they still gonna be all right. If Jokić is out, are they fighting in the play-in?
I give you that. No doubt about that. When it comes to who is the most important to their team, I think, like you said, the Celtics still compete in the East very well. But without Joker, I don't see this Nuggets team being as competitive. Don't get me wrong. They still will and would be competitive, but no. So I understand. This is just me being biased. I just want to see another American-born MVP again. And I think you have to give somebody that chance to show that, you know, what they can do in the league. If you never give anybody the chance, then, yeah, LeBron is just going to be 45, 48, still putting up 28 and 8, 25 and 5, you know, which he can do. But it comes a point in time, man, where you got to pass that torch, man. You just got to.
I mean, I feel like right now the only reason we're really having this conversation is because Shea is having probably the best season of any player. But when it comes to the eye test for me personally, when Jokić is on the floor, I'm like, oh, he's the best player on the floor. So is MVP the best player in the league, or is it I'm the player that's having the best season? And it also comes down to this. It comes down to the bias that I think has really been shown to, like, let's say LeBron. Because you could argue every single year LeBron should have got MVP. He was the best on his team. He was best in the league. He was going to finals every year, and we're like, yeah, we know he's great, but let somebody else have it. And I feel like that's exactly the same conversation we're having with Jokić right now. Like, yeah, he's amazing, but we're kind of tired of giving Jokić MVPs.
Side note, I didn't know that Shea was averaging 1 block per
Yeah,
game. That's insane.
no,
That right there is crazy.
no, he's
What
definitely having a
what?
beautiful season. His numbers, I think, are going to
But
come
go
down
ahead.
a little bit once everybody's healthy. Chet comes back, Hartenstein comes back. I think his numbers will come down a little bit, but he's having like an out of body experience. It seems like he's stepping on the floor like, oh, I'm about to go ahead and get buckets. Let's go ahead and have some fun and let's go home because there's nothing to do in Oklahoma City. So
Averaging 1 block is not easy to do. I don't care if you're big or if you're a guard or forward. That's not easy to do. So kudos to him there. And I will say that I honestly do think that Shea should have won an MVP by now. Like it should have came either I think it was last year or the year before, one of the two. But he should at least have one by now. So if we're going to do the whole, oh, you've shown that you consistently can play at this high level, you get the MVP. Okay, cool. But as you were saying, what is the criteria for MVP? Sometimes it seems like a popularity contest. Sometimes it seems like an agenda to push the league forward. Other times it seems like a unanimous, like, no, this is the best player, whether you're talking in barbershops, whether you're talking in banks, whether you're talking at school, whether you're talking at wherever you're talking at. This is by far the best player because he's captivated the audience. So it really just depends, man. I don't know. That's the hard thing about the awards these days. Like even the sixth man of the year and most improved has changed so much now. So I don't know. That's why I just said, me personally, I'm going Tatum. I hope Tatum get it. Will he get it? I doubt it. It will probably go to Joker or who the other cat? Shea Butter. He's just so smooth, man. So we'll see. I don't
yeah, if
I
I
don't
if I
know.
have to put
I'm
money
not
on
mad
it,
at
if I
it.
got to put money on it, I say Shea
He said
wins it.
put money on
Like
it.
yeah, I'm a little.
Ooh.
I like to dabble in
Ooh.
some bets a little bit. I'm gonna put
Ooh.
it on Shea. He's having an amazing season, and one of the main reasons I'm giving it to Shea is because like we have talked multiple times, Jason Tatum is a silent assassin. You don't hear nothing from him. He just does his work, and I feel like right now you're not hearing kids saying, "Hey, I want to be Jason Tatum." Like that's not what kids are saying. You still have to somewhat be a face of a league to get MVP. And it looks like Shea's gonna be it because Jaw decided he would rather fight people at parks. So somebody's got to take the torch.
We gonna skip over that. Yeah, we not even
Yeah,
gonna talk
we gonna
about
skip over
that.
that. No worries.
We gonna Jason Tatum #3 in jersey sales.
Yeah, but he's not like I don't
It
know.
ain't that many people in Boston.
Okay, you say that. Okay, all right. Now, I just feel like Jason Tatum is not. He's just not holding the league. Or I guess maybe the reason is now we've seen LeBron basically be the face of the league pretty much by
Mm-hmm.
himself for so long. Sure, we had Curry, you had Durant, but it was more or less LeBron's the face of the league. And it seems like now
LeBron.
it's going to
LeBron.
be like a plethora of players who are like coming together as the face. There's Tatum over here, Jokic is doing his thing,
Mm.
Luka's killing it over here. It seems like there's a lot of really good players, and at any one point in time, anybody can be the best player on a given night. Is my opinion on
And you know what? I'm low key not mad at that because, as you were saying previously, he's kind of like the Tim Duncan now. When we were growing up in the early 2000s, late 90s, that's kind of how the game was. You know, don't get me wrong. I love Kobe. I love Allen Iverson. But Shaq was doing his thing too. Tim Duncan was doing his thing too. Vince Carter's doing his thing too. Tracy McGrady doing his thing. Yao Ming doing it. Like it was a smorgasbord of NBA players throughout the East and the West that easily could be the guy. It wasn't like there was one guy until LeBron came, and then by 2006, it was like, okay, yeah, no, he's the chosen one. You know what I'm saying? And it was him and Kobe. And the fact that Kobe even had to battle somebody so early in their career just shows you how great LeBron is, right? So I think that's what we're getting at now is the second golden era, if you will, if that makes sense. Because I always consider our era the golden
it.
era.
Yeah, 100%.
Why? Because again, it was more than one.
Right.
Don't get me wrong. I love what Jordan did, but I feel like that was the silver era. You know, he was the one to, put everything on the map, and then the golden era took it to a whole new height based off of what he done. That's why I feel like we not at that platinum yet. You know what I mean? We not at platinum yet. But we at the
we
second.
might
We
be.
second gold.
I think we
Second gold, baby.
if the Celtics can go ahead and get another ring, Jason Tatum can get
Another
another
one.
MVP. It might be some real conversations about Jason Tatum. You know, he doesn't say much, but I think he's going to be really in some conversations with face of the league just based on his resume. Maybe not based on his personality or even his play style, but just based on resume. Best team going back to back, winning MVPs. Like, you might have to look at Tatum and say, hey, it's somebody has to grab this torch because LeBron's only going to be here for so long. So somebody's got to take it over.
I get that, man. You got no complaints from me right there at all. But, you know, like we were saying, Joker, why not? You can give it to him again. I have no big complaints about that.
Man, only complaint I have is this man just don't like basketball. If I just had any type of inclination that Joker just enjoyed playing basketball, I don't feel like this is a conversation. I really don't.
I think that a lot of young guys may identify with that.
I agree.
You know, I think especially nowadays there was a generation that grew up that didn't have the opportunities that these kids have nowadays, and so it was like basketball was forced on a lot of kids.
Right.
And some of them got sprinkled some of that fairy dust of genetics on them, and they grow up to be 7 foot, 6'8", 6'9", and then others didn't.
Right.
But the overarching theme remains the same, that somebody was pushing you towards this, whether they want to admit it or not. You know, so again, I think it kind of resonates with where we are right now as a society with basketball and in general with the next generation. So I mean, again, I'm not mad at it. It's like, okay. I'll put it to you like this. It's like Steve Nash winning back to back.
He shouldn't have got neither of them.
You feel me? That's what this reminds me of. Like, dude can hoop. Nobody's doubting that. But is he like that guy? Like, don't get me wrong. Stats, I give you that. Stats, win shares, all that good stuff. Yes, but nobody is like, oh man, Joker. You know, like I'm just not. It's just not. It's not ringing. It doesn't ring off.
No, that's true. That's true.
Which nothing wrong with that. But we close the time. I'm gonna let Trey take it away.
Look, go ahead and say it again. So, who are your top three? Who are your top three right now? MVPs. Obviously, the season's not done. We still got games are heating up too. By the way, there's some teams out here sneaking wins that I thought were tanking for Cooper Flag. So, hold on.
Oh
now.
yeah.
So, who's your top three MVPs right now?
Cooper Flag conversation, another one. I ain't even gonna get started. And this is before the injury. I wish him nothing but the best in his career, but that's just a sidebar. But top three for MVP right now. Number one, I got none other than Jason Tatum. Okay. Number two, again, we gonna stick with that East, man. Karl Anthony Towns. I don't think the Knicks are in this position if they keep Julius Randle. I just don't. Okay. And then number three, I'll give it to Joker, man. I will. The reason why is because, dude, you take away Joker, again, that team has a lot of talent, but do they have that amount of wins? Do they have that same morale? Do they have the same spacing? Do they have the same ball movement, same finishing? I don't think so.
So you don't even have Shea in your top three MVPs voting?
I don't, because
okay.
Again, I feel like if he gets the MVP, it's here you go, sure, finally, you got it. It's not you were by far the man this year, which, don't get me wrong, he's absolutely dominating stat-wise across the board. But this year doesn't feel like a Shea year. Last year felt like a Shea year.
So the only reason I say it might be a Shea year is because of the numbers he's putting up. This year kind of reminds me of James Harden in Houston. Like, he's putting up crazy numbers. Like, if they're healthy, they are definitely a competitor. But are they necessarily going to be the favorites in the playoffs or in the finals? Maybe not. But he's having such a good year. So this is just personally, I have Joker 1, Shea 2, and Jason Tatum 3. But being the betting man that I am, I might have put a little bit of money on Shea. okay? Because I think Shai's going to win it, but in my personal opinion, Jokic is different. He a one-on-one, he a unicorn, and he looked like he's always the best player on the court, regardless if he wants to be there or not, to be honest with you. Then, Denzel, go ahead and give us, what is our hot take for today? You got one?
Hot take for the day. I had to think about it, and now I've come to the conclusion that Grimes for the Sixers,
Oh yeah.
future. That's who you build a franchise around. Point blank, period.
Stop it.
Period. Build a franchise
We're
around.
going to talk about this another day. He only said it because I'm a 76ers fan, and building around guards
That's
don't
a
make
hot
no
take.
sense. But I love the hot take. Thank you so much for joining us on another podcast. Like I said, my name's Trey. This is Denzel. Better Days Podcast. If you are new to the channel, make sure you hit the subscribe button and the notification bell to get notified every time we post a video. And make sure you leave a comment in the comment section down below of anything you want us to talk about and any hot takes that you might have about the NBA season. And just like that, we will talk to you on the next one. Peace.